Hello, how are you all? It's Rob Wynn from Learn Breezy English. Welcome to my channel today. We're going to be talking, or I am going to be talking, you're not going to be doing much talking. Maybe you are, that'd be a bit weird. You're going to be watching, and in fact, this is interesting that I said watching because I am going to be talking about senses, the five senses, and one of them is sight. I'm going to be doing some videos in a story this week on Instagram, and the first day, which I did today, you may have just watched it. That was on sight, but I didn't mention watch. There are a few other words associated with sight, and watch is quite an interesting word because you use watch when, first of all, you're going to the cinema or you're watching TV. So you watch a film, you watch a television program, and it can also be used, let's say you're a guard, maybe you're one of those, what are they called, who look after Buckingham Palace. They've got a weird name. There's a restaurant as well with that name. It's completely gone. It'll come to me. You probably know it, because I know a lot of you who love Britain, love the Queen, and love the royal family. God, you know, it's on the tip of my tongue. That's another phrase, on the tip of my tongue. Um, so yeah, those guys, they are watching, you know, or if you're in the army and you're watching, you're waiting for something to happen. You're not looking, I mean, you are looking, you know, but it's really about watching. Anyway, see and hear, I speak about in my story, uh, the fact that see is an irregular verb. See is the present tense, saw, past simple, seen, past participle. So here, no, that's sound. Um, look is regular, so look and looked. But it's one of those ones where it sounds like a T, so it's not looked. Because I know some people learning English often pronounce the ed. You don't. Only with words that end in D or T, and look ends in K, so it's looked. Sounds like a T. What else can I tell you? I did actually one phrasal verb. What one was it? I think it might have been a sight for sore eyes, which means, this is interesting because I always thought a sight for sore eyes was when you didn't like what you saw, but it's the opposite of that. So sometimes even native people are not sure what the actual phrasal verb or the phrase means. It kind of gets changed. It kind of evolves. And I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. But it means actually the opposite. Like if you see something and it's a welcome sight, then that's a sight for sore eyes. And sore, the word sore, S-O-R-E, is used when something is like, it hurts. Let's say you've fallen over and you've bashed your arm and you might have a bruise, and that could be sore. So sore eyes, a sight for sore eyes, I don't know, why would your eyes be sore? It doesn't make sense really. A lot of phrases don't necessarily make sense when you look at them literally, but there is a great website. I had definitely shared it before, but you may not know about it. It's phrases, let me check, I think it's phrases.org.uk, and then they've got they've got like all the phrases ever, and it tells you where they come from. So I use that a lot. I'm going to be sharing that with you guys, but I would definitely recommend you look at it. Some other phrases, you know what I'll do? I'll have a little look, because I only did the sight for sore eyes, but you know, while I'm here, I've got my computer, so my computer can help me out. It's very helpful, isn't it? The internet. Um, so see, there's loads of verb phrases for see. See off, to take leave of someone setting out on a journey. Yeah, that's true. So if you're a friend or family member, someone close to you is leaving, you can see them off. So I'm just going to see off my fiance. Um, see out. So that's if you have a task or something to do, a deadline. You've got to see out the task, get it done. Um, see to, yep, to take care of something. So that kind of reminds me of maybe films where someone needs to take vengeance on another person. You're seeing to them. So hopefully you won't have to do that with anyone to see to them. But that's what it reminds me of. In fact, that's a 34th verb phrase. No, sorry, no. Ignore that. Right, it's 6 minutes and I've just spoken about see. I better move on. Sight, I should say. Let's move on to hear. Hearing, sense of hearing. So when you hear something, it's it's like a natural thing that occurs just because your ears work. You listen when you are actively trying to understand something, the meaning of something. And you right now are learning English, so you need to listen to English. Um, yeah, I always think, should I look at? I always look at myself, but that's the camera. So yeah, I mean, tell me, just send me a message. Should I look at myself or should I look at the camera? Because I don't know. I'll try a bit of the camera. It's a bit weird because I don't know. I kind of maybe I like to look at myself. It's not that. It's just that I can see that everything's going well. Um, what else? Okay, this is sound. Let me go to listen and hear. Let's look at some phrasal verbs for those maybe. Um, listen is regular. Hear is irregular, but past tense it's just heard. So you just add a D. You don't add an E, and it's a change of pronunciation. So hear becomes heard. Um, and actually, I wanted to ask a question for you guys. I can do it actually for the next for tomorrow's Instagram story. Just well, first of all, what's your favourite sense? You know, sight, your hearing, smell, or your taste or touch. Which one is your favourite? And which one is your least favourite? If you could lose one, which one would you lose? Personally, I've always said that hearing is my favourite because imagine not being able to listen to music. I'm still looking at myself. Let me try it there. Imagine if you can't listen to music. I mean, sight, yeah, of course that would be a shocker to lose your sight. But I think, I mean, like watching films. I guess you can't watch them if you can't see. I guess you can read the subtitles, but I mean, I think for me it's the audio. If I could lose one, smell. It would have to be smell. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not too fussed about smelling, because there's bad smells as well, and you wouldn't smell bad smells anymore, which is quite a bonus. And things that smell great, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that, but it's not great, isn't it? I've got to use better adjectives. See, good and great, they're very common, and if you're learning English, they're all right. I always say to my students, don't use them, and yet I use them all the time. Okay, here a pin drop. Yeah, here a pin drop. Um, that is when you've got really sensitive hearing. Because imagine dropping a pin. It's not going to make much noise. Yet, when you say somebody can hear a pin drop. Maybe it was, no, I think that they use that when it's so silent that you can hear a pin drop. That kind of makes sense. Hear oneself think. Well, you can't hear oneself think. I guess that's the opposite. When it's so loud, you can't hear yourself think. It kind of makes sense, It's just chaotic noise. Um, what else? So hear, listen. Um, I think those are obviously the main two when you're thinking about sound and what you hear, the audio. Um, and yeah, just those difference, the difference of it. Hear, just naturally what you hear. Listen, intently, actively listening. Let's move on. 11 minutes. All right. Smell. So that's my least favorite sense. There aren't any other words really. I was thinking sniff. Um, like when you maybe, I don't know, like dogs sniff, don't they? Really, I don't think humans sniff that much. Well, they don't sniff repeatedly. They would just. That's kind of a sniff. But the idea of sniff and what it means is like a fast smell. It's like other words to do with smell, like odor, and I speak about this. I'm going to be speaking about this in my story on Wednesday. Just about there's two. The great thing about smell is, first of all, that's a sense of smell and things that you're smelling. Smell. That's what you would say. But there's many synonyms for smell, like flavoursome, um, a scent, like a perfume has a strong scent, and it's quite a you don't it's a great word because you don't necessarily need to know many other words. When you're thinking about adjectives, there's loads of adjectives. When you're speaking about certain things, you're thinking about certain things, you should know, try to learn as many adjectives as you can. But when you're thinking about the sense of smell, don't need to worry about that, just smell. Um, what was the uh, phrase? Well, there's a film called The Sweet Smell of Success. That's a phrase. And it means, the smells like the sense, again, the sense of success when you feel the success coming. I haven't seen that film. I downloaded it when Tony Curtis died, because he's the main character. Never watched it. I do that a lot. I download a shitload of films. I never watch them. I'm too busy doing this kind of stuff. Um, so, what's next? Taste. Okay, taste. Obviously, when you eat, when you drink something, the feelings you get in your mouth, in your brain, is the taste of it, and it's your tongue, the sensing of the tongue when you like touches your tongue and the drinks and the food and whatever it is. That is taste. In terms of, I think again that taste is the same with smell. Past tense, exactly the same. Tasted. In fact, did I talk about smelt? I don't know if I'd mentioned this to you. In Britain, many verbs, instead of ending it smelled with ed, we just change the last l for a t, smelt, and we do this with a few other words, like dream. Instead of dreamed, we would say dreamt. So we can say dreamed as well, but it's a Britishism to say dreamt. Keep. Actually, keep. That's not a verb. Can I think of some other ones? Um, it goes out in my head. But if I think of them, I'll tell you. What else? So yeah, taste. Yeah, past tense. Tasted. Um, Let me try and look at some phrasal verbs for taste. Get it in the dictionary. Because taste. Yeah, I mean, if I lost taste, you know, that would be the second one. First, I had to lose one, smell, and then taste. That's quite important, I suppose. But don't want to lose a sight or sound. Smack or savor. Idioms. Taste blood. I guess we use taste blood when you guess you're in a fight and you're having the taste of blood. Like when you get angry, you get the taste of blood in your mouth that you want to take someone out, maybe. To one's taste. Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about this on Thursday in the story. Um, so someone's likes and what they what's agreeable to them, that's their taste. So I have I guess you could think about your music taste. Instead of saying what type of music do you like, you can say what taste in music do you like. What's your taste in music? What's your taste in films and shows? um, so that's another one for you to put in your repertoire of English phrases. And let's get to the last one. Touch. Touch, very important, with your fingers, with your hands, when you feel things, you pick up something, you're using your touch. Uh, and again, it's regular, so touched. Again, it's a T sound, not an E sound. You wouldn't say touched, touched, no, touched. Um, touch of, in fact, there's a great film, Touch. No, I don't want to say it because I might get it wrong actually. I was going to say Coen Brothers film with Touch in it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe not. Let's have a look at touch phrases. Touchdown. Well, that's. I was thinking of American football actually. Touchdown, but that's not a phrase. That's just what it's called, right? But this is of an aeroplane. So touchdown when the plane lands, and take off is when it kind of goes up, kind of flies up. It's called takeoff. Um, touch on. So when you are speaking about something, talking about something briefly, you just touch on it. Just touch on that subject, but it's just brief. Um, and touch up, and that could be when you're making yourself up. So girls, when you put your makeup on, you're touching yourself up. Uh, yeah, I think that's it. Put the touch on. Try to borrow money from. I've never heard that one before. And touch base with as well. So if you're meeting up with someone, you're touching base. So this is quite long. Didn't mean it to be this long, but I wanted to get on my channel. It's been a little while. I'm very busy, just trying to do all the things I'm doing, the podcasts and the emails and things like that. I'm going to hopefully get some help in to help me with it. But right now I'm going to be doing the Instagram videos, the stories, and obviously all the stuff on Facebook, on YouTube as well. So if you're not following, that'd be wonderful if you could subscribe and follow and comment as well. Commenting is really important, and sharing it and getting it around there and helping people with their English. All right, so I'm gonna love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, you take care. Bye bye.